Welcome back to Beyond the Lens Productions. Today, we will be continuing the story of the Stellantis saga. So, you've been screwing up when the US Congress starts to take notice of what you've been doing. And that's just what Stellantis is dealing with right now. So, let's talk about it, see what's going on here. Roll the intro. Welcome back, guys. So, as I mentioned in the intro, Stellantis is causing a lot of upheaval here. So, let's start. This started a few days ago. Reuters reported this. 80 members of the US Congress have signed a document which they sent to Stellantis asking them, what the hell are you doing, basically? They've originally promised in the UAW contract a $1.5 billion investment in the Belvedere, Illinois plant. This today has not happened, has not begun, and at the moment, these employees are sitting there wondering when they're going to go back to work. They've stated that they are looking towards a mid-sized truck production starting around 2027. Now, we are in 2024 right now. We've got employees that are laid off, and now you're asking them to sit around for this length of time so you figure out what you're doing? Okay, anyhow. Uh Tavares, he really doesn't get it, and they shook up the whole management at Stellantis, but left this one guy at the top who, in my opinion, is the one screwing up most of this. So, meanwhile, while they're sitting over here screwing up, GM over here, on the other hand, recently released earnings with record profits and over 15% increase in revenue, pre-tax revenue, I believe it was. Meanwhile, Stellantis is just days away from reporting their earnings, which I'm gonna say are probably not gonna be that pretty. And if you are holding on to Stellantis stock, all the experts out there right now are saying to get rid of it. So for a while, they were saying, hold it, hold it, hold it. And now they're saying, just sell it, get out of there now. I don't know what the stock's going to go down to, but I mean, it recently went up, was it 2 or 3%? I think it was, which, yeah, peanuts. Anyhow, um, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens there. So, we will just kind of quickly look over the Reuters article here. So, here we are. Tensions rising between the union car maker have risen. And this is the other thing. We're leading up to a federal election in the United States, as I'm sure all of you are aware. So this could have a lot of implications for what's going to happen going forward. Now, if we go on to the Detroit Free Press, which this one was just released here. Stellantis said on Thursday it did not make the decision where the next generation of the Dodge Durango will be produced and reiterated it's delaying, not canceling plans for idle Belvedere, Illinois plant. Yeah, I know you are not canceling it. However, you are leaving these workers sitting there idly by, waiting to work, trying to feed their families while you try to get your head out of your ass and figure out what you're doing. But anyhow, we'll leave it at that. The automaker, yeah, now U.S. has had 80 U.S. senators approach them, et cetera, et cetera. Where are we here? On Wednesday, numerous members of Michigan's congressional delegation joined others from across the country in calling on Stellantis to honor its commitments, pointing out that tax money has been used to support the automaker. Interesting. Taxpayers are currently funding consumer incentives on several Stellantis vehicles, and Stellantis is slated to receive $585 million under the Domestic Manufacturing Conversion Grant Program. Ah, okay. So here you are. So here you are cutting jobs. Well, not cutting, you're laying them off, but anyhow, while you're sitting on millions of dollars in taxpayer money. Anyhow, let's go back to the article. We hope that it is clear to you, the American people, we will not tolerate taxpayer subsidies for a company that's cutting production and slashing jobs, all while increases in executive compensation, dividends to shareholders and stock buybacks. A letter also cast doubt on the company's explanation that highlights CEO Carlos Tavares almost $40 million in total compensation last year. Yeah, look at him smiling there. Yeah, no wonder he's smiling. In 2024, so far, Stellantis has paid $5 billion in dividends to shareholders, purchased $3.3 billion with a B of its own stock. In the first half of the year, Stellantis was among the most profitable automotive companies in the world, with a 10% global profit margin. If Stellantis is performing so well that Mr. Tavares can earn 518 times more than the average Stellantis worker, we are inclined to believe that market conditions are pretty positive, the House member's letter goes on to say. Okay. I am not one to say that, the heads of the company should be making the same as the workers. Obviously, these guys have high level, stressful jobs, and that's fine. I don't begrudge them earning the money. But when you're laying off workers, you're shutting down production, and you are at the same time increasing your compensation. Something's wrong with that. So they're basically dancing around this whole electrification thing. Oh, well, this is such a hard thing to sell. Well, you know what? If it's a hard thing to sell, maybe you need to be reevaluating your business plan. I mean, your business plan, Mr. Tavares, has been around the electric vehicles. And if they aren't selling, make a product that people want to buy. You're not doing this. Stellantis doesn't have a lineup of vehicles that people want, and this is why their sales are tanking, their stocks are tanking. Get your head out of your ass and make product that people want to buy. You were a muscle car company, a company that offered a unique offering of vehicles that other companies didn't have, with the Challenger and the Charger, the Hemi V8. So you've gotten rid of the Charger and the Challenger. You're bringing back the Charger as kind of an amalgamation Charger Challenger because you're offering it in a sedan as well as a coupe. So it's kind of two vehicles in one, but that's fine. You're offering it as an electrified vehicle when you're stating that you're going to bring out an inline six at a later date. Okay, fine. Where's the Hemi? The Hemi is what people want. You have stripped the Ram of its V8 Hemi. You are only offering it now at most a V6. People that want to buy full-size pickup trucks, they want to buy a V8 truck. It's been proven as actually I'm going to go over in an upcoming video here when I review the new Silverado that's coming out. And I was reading a couple articles in Car and Driver and Motor Trend magazine on the vehicle. And although the EPA, for some reason, states that the 4-cylinder version of this vehicle gets better gas mileage than the V8, yet the 5.3-liter V8 in real-world testing from the magazine stated and found that the V8 was actually getting better fuel economy. Questionable? All right, probably. So anyhow, back to Stellantis. You need to produce vehicles that people want, and I said this over and over again, but I really don't see that you're going to do this with the existing management. You need to get rid of Tavares, bring in somebody that understands the North American market. I mean, there's even a lot of articles coming out now in Europe where the electric vehicles are not being welcomed as well over there as what they were initially. I mean, you go into Europe and there's some Northern European countries that actually have more harsh weather than we have here in the United States or Canada. What happens to the batteries during extremely cold weather? The range goes down. So anyhow, I digress on that. Let's go back to the article here. Stellantis, however, noted the company remains committed to investing in U.S. to create jobs and communities, as evidenced by the announcement last month to invest more than $400 million in 3 of our Michigan facilities. The commitment includes the company's production, the company's first electric pickup, the Ram 1500 REV. At the Sterling Assembly Plant, concerns have been raised, however, as the company plans to expand its plant in Mexico. The push from U.S. lawmakers follows a similar call from the White House. Automakers honor its commitments to Stellantis deals and a slew of issues ranging from fights with the union, dealer, shareholders have all lowered financial guidance, excess inventory, and down sales in key U.S. markets. I mean, you can do whatever you want, moving production of the Ram here or there, yet if they aren't selling, it isn't going to matter. You can put all the vehicles in a plant that you want, but as soon as the need or the production and the inventory levels get to a certain point, they're going to have layoffs. And we've already seen this. So it's going to be very interesting in the coming days to see what Stellantis, what happens with them once their earnings are reported, because I don't think it's going to be pretty. So anyhow, yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. If you like this video, please leave a like below. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a great day.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.